This broadcast is brought to you by Aberdeen Football Club and our two beautiful European stars. And it starts with a thanks, or a thanks, Leganés, for ruining what I decided would be a Monday morning broadcast. Welcome to the week, a Monday morning broadcast dedicated wholly to the beauty surrounding the final home game of Jesús Navas for Sevilla. A match they won. It was a dodgy first half in terms of quality, scintillating second half, winner from Bueno, and then tears and celebrations everywhere. But Liga, at the end of the weekend, relegation candidates, yeah, possibly. Promoted last season, low budget, very few stars, went to Barcelona's den, Montjuic, and won. Meaning that to begin with, because of the way that the top of the table looks, which is absolutely fantastic if you're neutral, you have to begin at the Olympic Stadium, because that's now 5 points in. Never mind the stats, Graham. Let's look at the incredulity. Let's look at the stupidity. It's a pain in the arse to have to admit, after 38 years of writing or broadcasting about football, to say that it's all pointless. Barcelona this season have intermittently looked like the most entertaining side anywhere in Europe. They've registered their single best result against Bayern Munich in the history of those two clubs meeting, scoring 4 goals and absolutely thrashing the German behemoths. Barca and the Flick have gone to Real Madrid in the Clásico, pumped them with 4 splendid goals, and just recently sitting second in the Champions League table in this new format, a club which in recent seasons has struggled to punch its way or push its way out of the group stage of the Champions League. They're second right now. They're going to earn, I don't know, something in the region of 45, maybe 50 million simply for this qualifying stage with 2 games left to go. They went to Borussia Dortmund, and although they were porous defensively in midweek, they won. And they won with character. They were punchy as hell. Ferran Torres coming off the bench to score twice. I think it had been full 2, nearly 3 years since Borussia Dortmund had lost home in Europe, and Barcelona did it. Yet, who's going to say that that same group of men are going to register 5 points out of a possible 18 in La Liga, fail to come back against a side leading against them since August? 5 times teams, Monaco once in international football and the rest of the times domestically, 5 times Barca have gone behind, and each of those 5 times since a comeback win against Rayo Vallecano, going behind means they lose. If you were a neutral or a Lega fan, it was hilarious on Sunday night to watch Barcelona invent lots of different ways to miss sitters. Robert Lewandowski, I'm looking at you, and anybody who follows me regularly, I've been telling you for a long time, usually when Barcelona are high up the pitch and dominant this season, usually he's finished. The rest of the time when Barcelona are not in a good place or not high up the team, he's a passenger. On this occasion, he ripped up the template of being a good finisher, missed umpteen chances, as did Koundé, as Sergio Gonzalez's header in the 4th minute with Barcelona still asleep and wearing their wee willy winky hats, sleep hats. It was, well, listen, Antonio Rudiger, the Real Madrid defender who was in Munich at the weekend after an extraordinary game of the weekend in terms of entertainment. 3-3, Madrid drew a Rayo Vallecano. Big Rudiger was in Munich with Alaba for an event from the football nonsense that Toni Kroos organises, and he was watching the Barca game against Liga on an app, and there's film which has gone out virally of him laughing when he sees the final result of Liga winning 1-0. Back to Navas. Over 700 games, more than double the next player for his beloved Sevilla. He's giving up football. One more game where he may or may not feature next week at Real Madrid. What a way to go out that is. And the Bernabeu will give him a proper welcome. Never played for them, never came close to playing for them, but he's the Spain player who's lifted the most trophies in the history of La Roja, Not Sergio Ramos, not Iker Casillas, not Luis Aragonés, not Xavi, Iniesta, David Villa, no. It's Jesus Navas, the kid who used to get panic attacks if he went far from home. Dropped out of the 2005 Under-20 World Cup for Spain because he literally couldn't take it. And yet he moved to Manchester, converted to a right back, played brilliantly for both teams, was in the most recent European Championship victory and the Nations League the year before. A genuinely extraordinary man. His hip pain is such that he's having to give up because when he gets up the next morning after a match, he can't play with his children, he can't get about the house properly. He's doing the right thing, but it's a sad thing. They won, congratulations. Jesus, one more game. It's been a joy watching you. It's been a joy being at tournaments with you. The other result of note at the weekend was big Alexander Sorloth, one of my favourite strikers anywhere in Europe, getting a beautiful header to give Atleti, with all their fans decked out in free, donated by the club, Santa hats, a 1-0 win, meaning that they and Barcelona are tied at the top. Barcelona ahead on goal difference and goals scored. Real Madrid 1 point behind the two Madrid clubs with a game in hand each, and Barca Atleti next Saturday night. Ain't life grand?